So for me, the experience was really great because when you do crypto, when you are in those new technologies, you are excited by them. And of course, we have done some consulting work with banks before and helped them to thrive in this ecosystem. But on the other hand, when you can develop something like the token in-house, it's somewhat next level. You really have the newest technology available. You're gonna do something fancy. And it has been a hobby before to deal with these technologies there on the edge. And it was really amazing then also to apply that in real life and solve those issues. How do you deal with a situation if we cannot force people to have their own wallets, for instance? How can we circumvent that? These are all questions that we had to conquer, besides all the education also internally, to be fair. But it's been really an amazing experience, and it would not have been possible without the team behind, of course. And one very important person, Adil, as a developer. What was your experience?
Yeah, thank you, Yanis. I think from my point of view, I'd like to start from the beginning. I had the sort of normal S8 tech interviews style. I got to the fourth round, the partner interview, and was asked, where do you see yourself? What do you see yourself doing in a few years' time? And I just started talking about crypto. And he goes, look, normally the fourth round would be the last round, but I've got another guy that you can speak to that it might be really good. So we'll get a fifth interview going. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a lot of interviews, but fine, we'll do it. And I got this call from Yanis, and immediately we just hit it off. Really started talking about crypto, started talking about what you wanted to build with the Synpulse token. And straight away, we got into the team, we got into it. You'd already started some of the programming with some of the other guys on the team for the unvested token. And we really sort of said, hey, let's finish this and take this to the point where we can launch this on chain and get this working. So I think over the course of the next 3 months, we built out the final versions. I say final versions, but they weren't final. The versions at the time for the unvested and the vested contracts, we got those deployed, and we waited actually a few months after that and realized actually these were not the versions that we needed. So we iterated again, launched new contracts, and then we had a sort of break for probably 2 years while we waited for the actual vesting to occur, which happened in the January we've just had. And at that point, we then said, right, it's time to get all of the auxiliary processes done, the front ends and the other pieces that were going to be needed to make this process feel really smooth for you guys. From my point of view, there was a ton of new code to learn, a ton of infrastructure that had to be built, but it was a really fun process, ton of learning, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think what was really cool is, we also got the contracts audited, and it was good to see, at least from my perspective as the project manager behind it, that there were no major findings and that they were actually quite good what the outcome was. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff.